What's going on, guys? Hope you're having an absolutely fantastic day. So today we absolutely need to talk about the FTX slash Almeda Research bankruptcy rumors, right? So in the past 40 hours, basically in the past 2 days, FTT is basically down 13%, right? So I do feel like I have an obligation to make this video, and I got this video out as soon as possible, as soon as I understood what's happening, right? Because I did recommend this as an altcoin pick in the past, right? But when new information like this comes to light, information that we could have never known, we do have to look at the information and take a fresh look at whether we still want to be invested or whether we need to do anything or not, right? So Almeda Research asset reportedly entirely illiquid. It's all crypto at risk, so Almeda Research is on thin ice if we are to believe the last report. SBF's trading firm appears to have most of its assets in illiquid altcoins, which is bad enough. Worse even is that the lion's share of its assets is in FTT, right? So regarding the illiquid tokens, I believe this is true for a lot of big firms out there, right? Because they invested in all these tokens when they are like few cents, and now they're like $30 or something like that. I'm talking about Solana specifically. So there might be no liquidity for them to exit, right? In the case of Solana, yes, but imagine those tokens that start at like 10 million market cap, and now they have maybe 500 million market cap. That's a 50x. But can you exit with your whole position? Let's say you own 20 or 30% of the whole circulating supply, right? And the answer is actually no, right? So, however, there's no guarantee that this is the whole picture. The report comes from a private document reviewed by CoinDesk, right? Sorry, I think I missed this part. If that's true, the house of cards is built on shaky ground, and if something as big as Almeda Research falls, contagion could spread to the whole crypto space, right? So pay attention, right? Because when this document came out, I wasn't really paying attention, right? And that really caused me to lose some money, right? Because after I really started to pay attention, then I took some action, right? So however, there's no guarantee that this is the whole picture. The report comes from a private financial document reviewed by CoinDesk, right? And the publication says that it's conceivable that the document represents only part of Almeda Research, right? So maybe this FTT and all these illiquid assets are one part, and then they have cash and other things in other part, right? So in any case, according to the documents, Almeda Research reports of 14.6 billion in assets and 8 billion in liabilities, right? So in my opinion, I don't think it's only part of the assets, right? Because I think this is just to shield their ass from legal repercussions if they're wrong, right? Because 14 billion in assets and 8 billion in liabilities, that means around 6.6 billion in net assets, right? And I think Almeda Research, even though they're big, they're not like a $50 billion hedge fund, that kind of thing, right? So Almeda Research is all in on FTT. So this is the part where FTT comes in, right? So just adding in something that I forgot in the initial video. Actually, Almeda Research didn't go all in on FTT, right? So I think most of this FTT belongs to SBF, and he basically just loaned it to Almeda or gave it to Almeda to use as collateral or something like that, right? So that is why they can acquire such a big position, right? If not, there's no way they acquire this kind of positions. And I think some of it is also supposedly locked up, right? So I don't know what's going on there. So that is why there is all these rumors and uncertainty and all these things, right? When the investment is your own token, though, it opens the door to all kinds of risks. The FTT token is similar to Binance's extremely successful BNB token. So it is the FTX ecosystem utility token, and it offers holders all kinds of benefits and discounts in trading and transaction fees. So FTX constantly pushes the FTT token, and nobody bats an eye. This is normal because I think Binance even did the same thing as well, right? So per CoinDesk, Almeda Research has 14.6 billion of assets and against 8 billion of liabilities, right? So here's when it starts to get a bit iffy. So if you're to look at the fully diluted market cap of FTT today, it's 7.8 billion, right? So even before the sell-off, it's about 8 billion when this report came out, right? So definitely you would not be able to sell 3.66 billion on the open market, right? So the other assets are 3.3 billion of locked Solana and Solana, 134 million and 2 billion of equity securities, right? So this maybe will be give them some liquidity, right? unless those are like private investments, right? Most net equity is tied in completely illiquid altcoins, right? And if we take a look at this breakdown, then you can see, yeah, they don't really have any liquidity, right? If they really needed to. So this is a part where the 3D chess comes in, right? So some bigger players, you might say, who's bigger than Almeda Research and FTX, right? But there are bigger, maybe traditional firms that can look to take advantage of this, and also maybe Binance or whatever. I'm not sparking any rumors, but this is just a possibility, right? So they'll look at this and they'll think that, you know, if they use the FTT as collateral, right, all they have to do is push a price down to a certain price, right? And basically Almeda Research will get liquidated, right? And that will cause them to continue liquidating, right? It's like the whole Terra Luna debacle, right? Once you push them to liquidate, right, they will keep liquidating and keep going until the assets are basically at zero, right? And at that point, maybe you can buy up cheap or whatever it is that they want to do, right? I don't think it's in the best interest to anyone if FTX and Almeda Research goes belly up, unless they have a certain agenda. If it's Binance, it's clear that they want more users. If it's, let's say, other traditional firms, they might have short positions or whatever, right? So that's something to think about, right? So now I want to talk about the second part, which is Binance, right? So as part of Binance exit strategy from FTX equity last year, so basically they must have owned some percentage in FTX, basically the company, right? Not FTT, not other stuff, but the company itself, right? Binance actually got bought out by FTX, right? Apparently. So basically FTX and Binance reach a deal to basically Binance sell their equity stake, and this happens in private markets all the time, right? So Binance received roughly 2.1 billion US dollar equivalent in cash, BUSD and FTT, right? So due to revelations that have come to light, we have decided to liquidate any remaining FTT on our books, right? So we will try to do this in a way that minimizes market impact. Due to market conditions and limited liquidity, we expect this to take months to complete, right? So if you see what happened here, right? So this was about the time that they tweeted, right? So actually FTT was making a recovery and then they tweeted this, right? So if you're enjoying the video so far, do help me smash up the like button, hit subscribe, and also hit the bell button and press on all, right? So this will really help out the channel. And also watch till the end, right? Because obviously you don't want to miss any important information. So I think there is some hidden agenda behind it as well. Because if you're really liquidating, right, you wouldn't shout to the world, hey, we're liquidating all this position, right? Unless you have already put out a position or something like that, right? And you want it to move a certain way. So Binance always encourages collaboration between industry players. Regarding any speculation as to whether this was a move against a competitor, it is not. And again, right, always when the CEOs come out and tell you, we are not doing something, we are not illiquid, right? This is the same thing with Celsius, same thing with Voyager, all of these companies, right? You have to start to realize that this is something fishy going on, right? If it wasn't a move or anything particular, why would you list it out, right? So unless you say, oh, there are going to be rumors or what, right? So maybe answer the rumors at that time, right? If you put it out like this, I don't know. For me, it feels kind of fishy. So our industry is in its nascency stage, and every time a project publicly fails, it hurts every user and every platform. So we typically hold tokens for the long term, and we have held onto this token for this long. We stay transparent with our actions. So someone basically asked them, is it locked or something like that? If you don't mind me asking, weren't the tokens locked, and why did you wait this long to sell, right? So basically they say that it's not locked. We usually just hold, and it removes any doubt that we are attacking a competitor or not. It's not financially sensible. We want the industry to grow together, but there's a limit to hold, right? So now you have to wonder, right? So what is he talking about? He's saying that, you know, there's no particular bad blood or anything. So if you take a look at another one of CZ's tweets, right, clearly he has some issue with FTT and also FTX, the exchange, right? So liquidating our FTT is just a post-exit risk management. Learning from Luna, we gave support before, but we won't pretend to make our love after divorce. We are not against anyone, and this is so stupid for him to say, but we won't support anyone who lobby against the other industry players behind their backs onwards, right? So whether SBF does all these shady things or not is also another question, because I don't think that if you are a big business tycoon, right, I think there will be some backstabbing going on. There will be some trying to protect your territory going on, right? So maybe this is what's going on between both of them. So I don't know how he can say we are not against anyone, right? So turning towards FBF, I think we have to give him a chance to respond as well, right? And his response, before reading it, I want to say that it's not much of a response at all, right? So a huge thank you to everyone that has supported us. We are excited to keep climbing together, and especially to those who stay level-headed during these crazy times. We deeply appreciate it. So what he says is a bunch of unfounded rumors have been circulating. You can see this place basically. FTX keeps audited financials, and though it slows us down on product, we are highly regulated, right? So we've already processed billions of dollars of deposits and withdrawals today, and we'll keep going, right? Taking up anti-spam process checks and more. Sorry if you got those. We're hitting node rate capacity. We'll keep going. Also, tons of USD stablecoin conversions going on, right? And in the end, you should do what you want, trade where you want, and we're grateful to those who stay. And when this blows over, we'll welcome everyone back, right? As always, a huge thank you to our supporters and blah blah blah. So I want to zoom in on this tweet. We've already processed billions of dollars of deposits / withdrawal, right? And this is where I want to play 3D chess, right? Because I have also made a withdrawal from FTX, right? And I have FTT tokens, right? So what I did was I moved my my money to another exchange, and I basically hedged my exposure to FTT, right? Because if you know anything about FTT, then you know that if you stake it, it'll be locked up for 14 days, right? So I do realize that I have some exposure, so I moved it to another exchange, and then I hedged it, right? So basically, whatever happens, I'm good, right? Nothing really happens with my position, right? It's net out at locked in basically gains and also losses, right? But I do want to talk about this because I think that this is where reflexivity plays into the markets, right? So you realize that they have processed billions of dollars of deposits and withdrawals, right? So a lot of people are worried about their money in FTX, right? Basically, that's why they are pulling money out. That's why they have deposits / withdrawals a lot, right? And I think that they are only putting deposits / withdrawals because they don't only want to put withdrawals, right? Because I don't think anyone will want to deposit during this uncertain times, right? Because when there are rumors of basically this is a quote-unquote bank, right? So it's a crypto bank, right? Going under, right? I don't think you want to deposit your money in. And similarly for me, I withdrew all the money that I could out of this exchange, right? So this is not a small deal to me, right? Because I have been a very big supporter of FTX, right? So to me, it's not a small deal, right? Because I love their product, I love what they do, and I love how fast their systems are and everything, right? But when there are rumors of bankruptcy, right, people really do start to panic and do start to get scared, right? So I have looked at this situation from a bird's eye view, and I can say that I'm uncertain, and I'm also thinking that there is a chance for them to go under, right? Because if Almeda Research is going to go under because of this FTT token issue, right, I'm sure SBF will step in, right? And when he steps in, what will he use? Will he be disciplined enough to only use his personal fortune? I think not, right? So I think he'll use some of FTX's assets as well, right? And the second thing is also the fact that, you know, if a lot of people are scared and panicking and withdrawing their funds, right? So eventually, right, what will happen is, if there's nothing shady going on, sure, they won't pause deposits or whatever, right? But maybe what will end up happening is the withdrawals are too much, and then they pause withdrawals, and instantly the panic will ensue, right? So if we take a look at this FTT, basically in the next week, right? So this week is actually quite high, so 4.8 million. In the past few weeks, there have been only 3 million or something like that, right? But in the next week, you really want to pay attention to this number, because it could tell you about the health of the FTX exchange, whether you have funds there or whatever it is, right? Whatever the reason you want to pay attention. Because if the burn rate is lower, means they have less trading activity, which means they have less assets on the platform as well. So me personally, as I said, I withdrew all my assets. I'm waiting for this to blow over, and I don't want, I hope for the best for FTX, right? Because I really do love their products and services. But at this current point in time, it seems to me that there is some chance that this is actually real and that this is maybe the next Black Swan event that we don't know about. But now we have some information, so it's considered a gray rhino or whatever animals that we call it, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Really deep dive into this whole situation. I'm sorry, maybe I sound a bit bad because I have really bad sore throat, right? So if you did enjoy the video, do help me smash up the like button, hit subscribe and hit the bell button. Comment below, right? Do you think FTX is going belly up, or is Almeda Research going belly up and FTX won't save Almeda Research? Whatever you think, right? And with that being said, have a fantastic day ahead and peace out.